Good day, my brothers and sisters. Today is the 22nd of March of 2020 and the time is about 6 minutes past 6. That is 18:06, and I'm talking from a small town somewhere in Africa. I'm bringing you this little note just to say happy days are here again, and I've got something I need to share with you. We know that we are not part of this world, but we are actually part of the universe. And there is some evil Knievels who wants to bring about one world order, and we've got news for them. We are from the universe and we love peace. So how are we going to survive this virus? I'm going to give you 5 little thingies. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we call this operation, what are we going to call it? Yes, the 5 stars. Let's call it the 5 stars. How are we going to survive the virus? Number 1. Wash your mouth, your throat with warm water and sea salt. If you use real sea salt, you get all the goodies in there that we need, like magnesium and everything that the rivers have washed into the ocean, and all the trace elements that we need, and to kill all the foreign objects that might be there. So it is known that salt can kill all the bacteria or viruses or whatever you need to preserve. We're from Africa, so we eat biltong, that's raw meat, and it must have lots of fat. And if you dry it in the wind, that is a delicacy. I want biltong. Jerky, they call it there in America, I think. So we know that it is known that in biblical times, when the people wanted to escape the slavery in Egypt, they put some real blood over their doors to protect them from the death angel. And thank goodness we don't need to do that anymore. The time for sacrifices are over. I think it was the salt in the blood that did the trick. So we don't have to do anything to our doors or windows or anything. We can just wash our mouths and rinse our throats a little bit with real seawater and warm water with a little bit of sea salt in there. This is how it's going to start. You're first going to feel a little tinkling in your tonsils, and that's your body's panic alarm going on, saying, hey guys, something's not right here. We see something that we haven't seen since we've been in this body. Your antibodies is going to tell your body that this is a foreign object and they don't like it, so they're going to let you know. And to get rid of that, contain it in your mouth or in your throat. You can use a little bit of sea salt and do that. Rinse it out and swallow it, spit it out. You can do just what you want to. So this is what we're going to wash. I don't think washing our hands is going to do the trick at this stage. We're from Africa. We don't need to wash our hands. We're used to the germs. So number 2, star number 2. This is something that I've just realized. I studied pharmacy for 4 years and then I dropped out. I realized I'll be the glorified merchant on the corner selling drugs for pharmaceutical companies, the merchants, for lots of money. And there is actually very good medication out there, but there's also, we are created with a body and an immune system that can deal with lots of stuff as long as we are happy. Yes. By the way, there's one place in the Bible where the word medicine comes from, and I don't know exactly where it is, but scripture says that Laughter is medicine for your soul, but worry will make your bones go dry. No, we will rather have some fun and laugh around than worry about the future. So, star number 2, we said as soon as your tonsils or your throat becomes sore, you're going to start developing a fever. Now, this is where the trick comes in. How are you going to prevent from ending up in a hospital? Or if you're in Africa, there are no hospitals. There's only hospitals for the rich who can afford the medical aid security insurance. So we normal people have to escape from going to the hospital. So fever is your friend, people. I haven't realized this. This is where I went into the pharmaceutical thing. As soon as you suppress your fever, you also suppresses your whole antibody system, your white blood cells and everything else, so they can't do their job. You're supposed to have a fever so that you can raise your temperature. Your immune system operates at best if your your temperature is raised. So please, this is crucial. Don't take any paracetamol, any Disprin, any painkillers. Disprin here in Africa is aspirin, and Panado, Disprin, Panado, Med Lemon. Rather drink real lemon. Don't do anything to suppress your fever, and your body will do the rest. You'll start shivering. Your body will tell you, sit closer to the fire, cover yourself with blankets. You're going to feel sick as a dog, but you're going to survive. I promise you. So it's a little bit of pain to actually take it. We can take it on the nose. We can do the shivers, we can do the fever, and we're going to survive this thing. Star number 3, lots of sunshine. People, vitamin D is free and the sun give it to us. So spend as much time as possible in the sun for now so you can build your immune system. Winter is coming. And if you are privileged enough to go to a pharmacy, put some pressure on them. They won't give it to you because they're going to say, you're going to get poisonous. It's going to poison you. Please, people, show them. They must then show us or prove me wrong. But in any way, if you are privileged enough or good enough to bribe your pharmacist to give you some vitamin D, or fortunate enough to be wealthy enough to go to the doctor, then they might just prescribe it for you. But what you need to take is 50,000 international units 3 times a day for 3 days. This is now if you feel something's coming up. Star number 4, fresh garlic. This is something I was fortunate enough to learn when I was working in a township. Now, a township is where the most beautiful people stay in the most harsh conditions and poverty. Fresh garlic is what I used when I had little children, street children, and I didn't have 700 rand, so that's now here in Africa, South Africa, 700 South African rands to go to the doctor so they can give me a little piece of paper to say I'm allowed to have an antibiotic. Go to the pharmacy so that they can give me about 300-400 rands worth of antibiotics, and then I can help this child with tonsillitis. What I used to do is take fresh garlic, cut it in the shape of a tablet, and then you just swallow it whole, because children don't like chewing fresh garlic, and old people, it's also difficult for them. So the old people out there, the wise ones, just take a fresh piece of garlic. If you're fortunate enough, dip it in a little bit of honey and swallow it as you would swallow an antibiotic tablet. That's going to be your natural antibiotic. Yes, they say you can even keep bloodthirsty vampires away with garlic, so let's give it a shot. So what we're going to buy from the shops is sea salt and fresh garlic. Then if you feel sick, don't eat sugar, refined carbs. It feeds the virus. Carbs is things like mielie meal, pap, bread, especially the bread that can last for a week on the shelf. That's not good for you. You would rather want to boost your immune system. Eat fat. Fat is what you need. Fat is what's going to fuel your your white blood cells, your immune system. It's going to give them enough energy to fight these viruses. We're looking at animal fat, olive oil, raw olive oil, butter, if you're fortunate enough to afford that. So you can take fresh cow milk from the cow, not the ones that's pasteurized. Make your own sour milk, and that will help. Or you can buy full cream yogurt. You can eat eggs. You can drink water or traditional beer. That's all going to boost your microbiome. So this virus was created not to create the panic they wanted to create, or at least they created the panic, but not to kill us all. We're more clever than that. It was created to sift the seeds from the rubbish. So what the plan is, what they had is they want to force us to all take vaccines, and then they just want to create another virus and sell us another vaccine and pump us full of stuff that you don't even want to know what they want to inject into us. But the only way how we're going to escape the vaccines is if we can prove that we already had the coronavirus. And we're asking all our very clever friends from all over the world, from the east, from the west, from the north, and yes, I'm sure there's clever enough people here in the south as well, that we can get a test. We don't have money to buy the tests to see if we've got the virus. We would like to have a test to prove that we already had the virus, so then they can't force us to take their vaccines. People, there are signs. There's signs everywhere that no, it's not going to be Armageddon. It's not going to be doomsday. It's signs telling us that it's time for a new earth. And do yourself a favor, Google it. Somewhere in North America, near Salt Lake, there's a statue of an angel on a temple. And that angel was holding a trumpet for a very long time, and I think it was on the 18th of March 2020. There was a little earthquake, and the angel dropped the trumpet. So the Trump is in the pit. I wonder how Donald Duck is going to get out of the fiery pit if all these rich and famous people see that we can still survive. So people, be gentle, be loving. We are all one. We are one human race, but it's bigger than that. We are one love. You are welcome to contact me. The people I'm sharing this note to knows who I am, and I'm just a little fat mother with lots of children that I love, lots of animals that I love, and yes, it's good to be alive. Speak to you soon. Oh yes, what I wanted to say is maybe we'll see this new earth. Yesterday we had a Human Rights Day in our country, so maybe before the 22nd of March